All right, in the red, we have our Terran player. The name of a weather condition, the name of a Korean pop star, and also the name of a Starcraft 2 player.
Correct.
Over here in the blue, the champion of BlizzCon, sporting the Blizzard color. He is easily one of the smartest pro players out there.
NSP Genius.
That's why they call him Genius. He calls himself Genius.
Yep.
There's a shot of him now for you.
All right, so we have to see. Does Rain want to do another cheese? He's going to play straight up. It's close by air. Banshee's definitely a possibility, as are any drop plays. Genius. He does have some nifty Void Ray builds that I've seen him use against Terran. Most notably one where he keeps his Void Rays alive, and people are going to be like, well, shouldn't you always want to keep them alive? Yeah, but normally when Protosses rush Void Rays, they overcommit them and lose them. I mean, when Protosses do. But if you actually keep them alive and get like 8 Void Rays against Terran, they are silly good, Tasteless.
Yeah, they're quite strong. You know, the amount of stuff they can kill, that number goes up like exponentially if you just get enough of them.
Yeah.
Because the damage becomes concentrated.
Especially when you're close by air.
Yeah.
If your opponent leaves his base, you go in there, you kill a bunch of stuff, you bring the Void Rays home, and you defend the push.
Yeah. The beauty of the Void Ray.
Yep. Very mobile unit. So we'll have to see if Genius wants to show us one of those cool Void Ray builds again, or maybe something else. You know, the only problem with those builds is that they can be quite susceptible to Banshees, as you don't have detection. Normally, Protoss will want to offensive gas if they're going to do a build like that. Don't know if he'll be able to this game, though, because that Marine is going to be out very quick.
Yeah, that's quite true. Now, excuse me, the Cybernetic score is on the way, second gas is on the way, but second gas on the way for Terran as well.
Very quick second gas.
Yeah.
It's going to be a super quick factory. Chasing that probe away.
Making room here for this add-on.
Excuse me.
Meanwhile, the SCV is going to move up here into the Protoss' base.
I think we're definitely going to see Banshee play here. Could even be 2-port. He's going to want to get that stalker out most ASAPly. Deal with this SCV. You know, only thing Genius has seen so far is a Marine. So, you know, he's probably going to have to go for a robotics play. Maybe a 3 gateway robotics. Or gateway robotics scout while getting another gateway or 2. And yeah, that's exactly what he's going to go ahead and do.
Yeah, you were right on with that one, Artosis. The RoboBay coming out now.
Yeah, if you can't scout at all, especially in close air positions against Terran in this matchup, you have to get it. You have to get observers. You're just forced into it.
And now we have the Tech Lab, so of course he's going to swap that off.
Yep.
Now, you got to be careful because if he's going to get an observer pretty quickly here. So if he does rush for this Banshee, it's going to be pretty easy to deflect. If he has enough stalkers. But you want to be careful. Don't lose any sentries. Don't lose too many probes.
And he's definitely going for Cloak Banshee. That's why he has the double gas.
Yeah.
Not 2-port. If you see 2-port Banshee, normally they combo that with Marines and or Marauders and hit a timing push.
Right.
Where it's quite hard for Protoss to hold off. Anyways, we have a Tech Lab going on that factory. And that's kind of interesting. He may be making that for a later on barracks. We don't normally see a lot of Tech Lab units, but in fact he's getting a siege tank. Very interesting. We may see that siege tank push again that we saw from Libero, in fact.
Yeah.
It's beginning to look a little bit like that build, and in fact, he's not even getting Cloak.
He might get a Raven after this. No, second Banshee.
Yeah, this is really interesting. That double quick gas was so that you could go siege tanks and Banshees. The observer sees the Banshee. The Banshee isn't going to do anything.
So he's going to get ready to take on this Banshee. Meanwhile, the Protoss is just playing a very safe defensive intel-based build.
Yeah, getting that Nexus up. And from there, he's just going to make a lot of units as he scouts out exactly what his Terran opponent is doing. This is quite an interesting build. It is basically the build we saw from Libero minus the Raven for point defense drone. Instead of that, it looks like he wants to just have some extra units.
Yeah, this is a really interesting build. It's a timing-based build. As you can see, he's going to put probably 2 more barracks. I believe that's what the second SCV will do. Yeah,
I would say most definitely.
So then, once those complete, he can streamline a lot of units towards his opponent. But at the same time, Protoss has to know this is coming on some level.
He has that observer. He knows pretty much what's going on. He is making an immortal right now, as well as robotic support bay. Has to get some Colossus out to deal with those Marines.
So, get ready for a timing attack here. Terran doesn't win this. It's going to be tough. Terran will have to fight to get an expansion up here. You can see the Banshees are just trying to damage his pylons. Maybe if they can kill them off, that'll supply block the Protoss long enough for it to really mean something. Because, of course, this timing attack is going to be here very soon. This
is actually a delayed Banshee we see popping out. And with the 2 delayed barracks as well, this is just going to be an extremely unit-heavy attack. I suspect we're going to see siege mode research pretty quickly here so that it coincides with getting there. Because without siege mode, he's going to be hard-pressed to deal with any Colossus.
I'm curious to see if this is going to work. I haven't seen a timing attack quite this late. He's going to get siege mode.
This is like an uber kill timing attack. It has actually a very thin timing with how late he's doing it, where he has to hit it right on or Protoss will be able to overwhelm.
Yeah, he probably wants to get out there before the second Colossus gets out.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
The Colossus is going to be so important on taking out those Marines, because the Marines are going to tank a lot of damage, just a lot of damage dealt to them by these Stalkers and whatnot, while, they obviously deal a lot of damage as well. But he needs to remove those Marines. That's going to be a huge part of it. He does have those couple sentries, so...
I think this might actually work. Siege tanks are actually quite good against Colossus when you have a bunch of them in siege mode, and especially when the Protoss units bunch underneath the Colossus, they take a ton of splash damage.
Now notice siege mode going to finish just as he gets here. That's exactly what he had planned. Has SCVs as well. This is the same build as Liberal Prime, but looks like it's being executed just a little bit better. And targeting away that first Colossus going down, that is bad. And he is trying to target the Marines with the Colossus here. He is trying his best, and a lot of Marines going down, but a lot still left alive. He's got it. Oh, look at this. Beautiful here by TSL Rain. Still pulling back the Banshees and the Marines. He's got to move the siege tanks forward, leapfrog them up. You've already killed a lot of Next Genius's units.
Oh, this is so smart. He's going to get this possibly before the Banshee can get out. Is he going to get it?
Colossus very close right now.
Ouch. Ouch.
Probes coming up. That is not what he wanted to do. But the Colossus dealing good damage to these Marines and pulling back in the nick of time. That's too bad he lost that robotics. I think he could have held it very easily that time with that one popping out.
He's going to be in serious trouble. He's trying to make more gateways. You're not going to stop this with just a couple gateway units.
Yeah, the problem is he lost a lot of probes already as well. Dealing with those Banshees. Got to pull those back. Don't want them to die to the siege tanks. Bunker pushing up, very smart, rallying some more siege tanks. Next Genius has to engage this just right. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, though. There's just so many siege tanks and Marines back here. I believe the bulk of TSL Rain's army is not going to be able to be killed here. And here we go. It is time. He is going in, targeting that Raven off a little bit, but also targeting some front siege tanks. Wants to stop that bunker. Can he do it?
Oh my God, he can't even stop the bunker.
Oh, and he almost did.
That's it. Genius out in what I would consider to be an upset, because I assumed he was going to win this.
He's not ready to give up cases. He is still making some stalkers.
I don't know how he's going to stop this, though. By the way, Banshees are pretty good.
Yep. Now starting to hit his economy some. Not getting that bunker really hurt Next Genius.
Yeah. You mean what?
Getting the bunker.
Oh, yeah, attacking the bunker. I'm sorry. I've been building a bunker.
And yeah, Next Genius.
This is basically game. He's got to try one more time here.
And he has so few units this time, bringing the probes up as well. And this is just going to be it. This is actually quite astounding. Next Genius out so early in the tournament. One of the best Protoss players in the world.
Send in your questions ASAP, guys. In a minute here, John and Jay are going to pick out the best questions. Wow, rain. And when it rains, it pours, man.
By the way, guys, do not spam the forum with your questions. We're going to start not answering questions of people who spam.
Oh, yes, don't
really
do that.
hard, wastes a lot of our time. I don't care how funny or cool your question is. If it's the best question, we'll get it anyways.
It's us right back there. We're just moving around. So, crushing defeat there for next Genius. I think he really expected to win that. I thought he was going to win that. So
yeah, but TSL, a strong team.
Yeah.
Rain coming out with very strong builders, showing us what Libero Prime wanted to do.
Yeah.
But was not able to. So, notice he's posing right behind me. Right.
There he goes.
I'm not good at mirror image. There he is.
It's like I'm crushing his head.
All right.
So honestly, I think that was going to be one of the hardest people to face in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Rain's got to be happy.
I tell you, all the top players are happy that Genius is out. He's a scary opponent. But again, Genius falling very early. These really great players, sometimes, man, they just get cheesed right out, and that's what happened. Those were a couple one-base all-ins from TSL Rain. It worked out because he's moving on, and another Protoss out of the tournament, unfortunately. Down to 5 Protoss remaining.
This is pretty brutal. He's actually right next to me right now. So
he is ready, man. We got to
do a
up,
few more things. By the way, I want to reiterate what Dan said. Please do not spam your question. I promise you, John and Jay will see the questions. That's what they do. So it makes everything just easier for us. If your question's good, it will be picked out. If it's not picked out, either somebody else had a better question or there were just too many good questions.
The spam is bad, guys.
Please don't.
Do it.
Please don't do it. Wow. Good job, by the way, casting.
Thank you, Taste.
I don't think we've ever casted so many games in 1 week. So I'm glad. I'm going to take a little break for this weekend here. Here we go.
Quick day.
Results for today are...
I'm Nesty, 2-0 over Fnatic Sen, a must-watch CVZ series. Sen almost winning there. Macca Prime, 2-0 over Goma. Macca Prime really shows us how to come back after you have been owned. Then we had StarTales, Go Boogie or Boogie Boy. He took out Golden Foyu 2-0. Pretty legit play by him. Wild first game there. I don't know if I should suggest it or not suggest it. TSL Rain 2-0 with some cheeses over NSB Genius. Kind of sad Genius is out, but of course TSL, one of my favorite teams. So many great players on it. Here's Monday's matches. Very exciting. New Dawn, the guy who took out Into the Rainbow against Bit by Bit Prime, who took out Hey Pro. Too bad we couldn't have seen that matchup. TSL's The Fruit Dealer against SC Foyu, who took out Warcraft 3 Legend Lin. And we have Liquid Ret, against the best Foyu, who, by the way, is not the best Foyu. And then we have HongUnPrime.we against JSL Zenith. JSL, of course, taking out Kirix and Nada so far in this GSL. Kid is a slayer.
Yeah, no kidding. So, I'm really curious how far JSL is going to get in this tournament. By the way, guys, thank you for tuning in. Of course, thanks to our sponsors, yada, yada, yada. But also, look, I hope you enjoyed the casting today. I think we did better than we did when we were doing 9 best of 3s in a day. We were
too tired.
I think it's just too much casting, perhaps. So we hope we find the quality of the cast a little bit better this time around. Also, feel free to encourage your friends to try the premium service.
Yeah.
Those who cannot watch it live, it's $20 for so much content.
Yeah. There's nothing, by the way, like eating some peanut butter toast and watching some VODs in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Good way to wake up.
Right, interview coming up.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Rain.
Much love from Korea. I'll see you guys on Monday.
I put the bar